Yo, what's up guys? Yeah, pokeaim here with a video on my team for SPL, that Chronicles. Now, I wasn't going to make this video because Blunder actually made one with CVB on every single team, but I was actually asked in the comments to give my opinion on my team, so decided I would. So if you guys don't know, SPL is the SMOGON Premier League where you are drafted, players are drafted and bought for teams, and then they play for a total of, I'm just going to say 1.5 months, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. 2 months, maybe? I don't know. And the winner gets like a pixelated trophy on Small. But anyway, the team that I'm on this year is the Chronicles. This is actually my first time hitting the auction in I think 4 or 5 years. I've been on the Wolfpack. I've been a retain for the Wolfpack for a lot of years. But this year my retain I think was too expensive. And on top of that, I didn't do so well in last year's SPL. A lot of that was because of things I couldn't control, I feel. But either way, I respect and I completely agree with the fact that I should not have been a retainer for Wolfpack. So I hit the draft this year. I think my retain would have been 13K or 15 or 17 or something like that for the Wolfpack. But I'm on the Chronicles this year, and we have Teal6 and Zamrock as captain and manager. Teal6 is a very respected player, in my opinion. He's confident, and he's also like one of the kindest users on Smogon, which I really like about him. I've had a lot of pleasant interactions with him. He's also a sub of mine, and I've talked to him a lot on my stream as well. But I really like him. Very competent player. He made Slam playoffs this year and knows UU. Did really well. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before because I believe he was also managing last year with the Chronicles and Valentine, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is just I don't fully pay attention to Smogon, so this is just my just opinion on everything, and it could be wrong. But anyway, love Teal, great manager, and so far it's been good. He's a really nice guy and make sure that the team gets things done. We haven't actually started at all, but from what I've seen and my interaction with him and just in the past as well, I like him a lot. So Zamrock, I've actually known for a long, long time. He used to be back in MD, which is where the clan that I was in a long time ago, back on Purple Surge, years ago, almost a decade ago. And he's a really big tryhard, which I like about him because I've teamed with him before, and he helps make teams. He does like a million test games in every single tier. He'll even learn a tier just to help you. So I think that's a great with an assistant manager because he's the guy you want on that team to help you. Make sure you get your games done. Make sure you practice. Also does a lot of scouting for you, which is really important in tournaments. So really, really like him as assistant manager, and I think that he is one of the best like assistant managers in that regard in for the team. So I'm really happy about that. Let's actually go into the team itself. I do apologize, by the way. I have like allergies right now, and it's annoying to breathe and talk, but. For the Chronicles, they have 3 retains. We have ICT for 10K, Pesne for 16K, and Poet for 21K. So first off, we'll be talking about ICT. 10K ICT is amazing. He's a great lower tier player in all the lower tiers. So NU, UU, RU, doesn't matter. He's really solid at lower tiers, and I think 10K is honestly a steal. If you guys don't know, you go up every single year. I think is it 3K for retain? I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 3K per retain. So to get ICT for 10K is amazing. Again, a great lower tier player. Really excited to play with him. Pesne for 16K. I don't know too much about him, but what I do know is he has a ridiculous record in RBY, which is Gen 1. And a lot of people who are less experienced with RBY, and I guess even people who are experienced with RBY would say, well, this is a really hacks-filled generation. Yeah, but to be as consistent, why the hell is that little thing he come? To be as consistent as him is incredible. So a great RBY player, if I'm not mistaken, and again, excited to see how he plays as well. Like I've heard a lot of hype about this guy. Poet for 21K. I think that's a really good. I think that's around the price that he would have been anyway in the auction. Maybe even a little bit less than what they actually would have paid for him because Poet has done super well in tournaments in the past year. I believe he has 2 trophies as well. We'll actually go on him just to check. But I believe he has 2 trophies. Yep. He has the Snake Draft Trophy, which they just won, as well as the Official Ladder Tour. He recently won it. He also cursed me last year in SBL. He was my week 1 battle, and he cursed me the entire year. So I'm actually, prior to the draft, he apologized to me. He was like, "Hey, dude, I hope either we get to team together this year or we get a fair match this year." And I'm pretty excited to team with him because I respect him a lot as a player. And to have a really solid player like this who could play an abundance of tiers, like he could play OU, UU, and all the lower tiers if he needs to. Really excited to play with a good player. I think that a few years ago when Jamvat was commenting one of his games, I was talking about it with Blunder, I think in Jam, how this is one of the players I feel is on the come up and is actually like really solid. And I'm excited to see what they do in the future. And I'm glad that he's won like 2 trophies so far, and he's doing really well. So again, 21.5K. I think that's around the price, if not a little bit less than what he would have gone if he was actually in the auction. So for the retains, I think we have 3 really strong retains. I think RBY is pretty much covered with the Chronicles. ICT, whatever the lower tiers, Poet can play OU or lower tiers. I think we're good. So let's actually keep going on with the auction itself. I guess next on the list would be CBB. CBB, I believe, the first person that the Chronicles got, if I'm not mistaken. And CBB ended up going for 19.5K. Now, this is my first time ever teaming with CBB on an actual team. Like, I'm really excited. You guys know CBB is one of my best friends on the internet. Done so much things with him. And he's a really respected player. And I loved watching him play back in, was it SPL 5, 6? Whatever one that was with Hugo, I love watching CBB play. Very fun to watch CBB play. I remember him playing versus Adam. A really solid game. And he's a really solid player. And I know at times he can be also really aggressive. But he stands by his plays. But not in the same thing that like with Blunder does. But like... he really does stand by his plays, and to be able to team with him, I know he's a solid ADV player, he's a solid ORAS player, and 7th gen he hasn't played actually as much, but in 6th gen, in ADV, even lower tiers than that, like GSC, RBY, like, I trust him to be that stuff, even if he hasn't played it as much, just because he's just a super confident player in that, and he can grasp a team really fast. So I think 19.5K is pretty fair. And I'm just excited to be able to team with him. That's my boy. It's going to be such a fun season. So really excited for that. I actually went next in the draft, if I'm not mistaken. And I went for a stupid amount of money. I don't think I should have went for this much. But I went for 22K, which is a lot more than what Wolfpack would have paid to retain for me. I was actually talking with Tony after. He was like, damn, we didn't expect you to go this high. I didn't expect me to go this high either. Especially after my SPL record last year. That was my worst record in a long time. I think it was like, what, 2-5, 2-6. It was really bad last year. But I guess I made it to like DVP semifinals for the DP Open, and then or the DP Cup, and then I won the RU Open this year, and I got top 16 OST. But I mean, I always get top 16 OST, so it's like whatever. I guess I'm in that sense I'm consistent, but I haven't really won much outside of the RU Open. But still really excited to team with CBB. I think they paid a little bit too much for me, but it was a little fun because it's been literally years, like I said, since I've actually been in the auction. I was like, I think I was bought for like 3.5K or 4K by the Wolfpack when I first got picked up, maybe 5K. So really excited to actually be in the draft, and I went really early too, earlier than I expected. So I was playing monotype random with Blunder while they were drafting me. I was like, wait, what the hell? Why are they drafting me for so much? But excited to be on the Wolfpack Chronicles, and excited to be playing with CEB. And hopefully I can do whatever. Like, as for tiers I'm playing, they know that I can be wherever the hell I want to be. So, or wherever they want to put me. Danilo is our next buy, and we got him. Well, I don't think it was our next buy. I don't know if these are in order. But we got Danilo for 3K. I've actually teamed with him before. Now, he was actually my ADV tutor as well. And when he wants to win, he will win. And he'll whip out like weird things like Chansey Blissey or Pokemon like that in ADV. I think 3K for him is a steal. I think he's like a toss-up, but when he wants to win, he will win. And I know that versus certain players, he wants to beat, like Ojama, maybe, not sure if McMegan, I'm pretty sure McMegan is playing as well. I'm not sure if he's playing ADV, but I know people like that, because McMegan can also play black and white. McMegan can play whatever the hell he wants to play. But I know versus certain players, he really wants to win. So I think 3K for him is a steal. Even if he's gonna be gone for the most part of the season, for the first half after that. But I think for ADV, and we have decent ADV subs as well, I think that's still a steal for Danilo. And again, he taught me what I know about ADV. So back when his name was Sir, not Danilo. Excited to be playing with him too. The last time we teamed, he didn't get one. I think he only got one win. It was him and Colch when Blunder was back on the Wolfpack with us. So hopefully that gets changed this time. So we have Bio next, and Bio is a very solid doubles player. And with him, I'm going to pair T-Man. T-Man is the dude who popularized, he's a friend of mine, but he popularized double ducks in VGC. So I think this core will be really good for doubles. T-Man is really solid at building, I feel, especially because he popularized one of the main things in VGC last generation. So these two, I'm really excited to see how they work together. And also at the same time, this is my favorite tournament, right, of all time. This is my favorite team tournament on SMOGON because I learned so much, I feel, in this. And the fact that I get to also get like a whole bunch of teams, ooh, that's gonna be so nice for content. So excited to see how they work together. I think 5K for Bio is fine, and 3K for Team Man is amazing because you start at 3K. So I'm excited to see how they work together. They might be rotating, building, testing with each other. So excited to see that. Next up, we got Funk. I've actually teamed with Funk quite a few times, and Black and White for him has been a toss-up because he does win his games. He does win his games. And like I teamed with him for World Cup, and Funk actually also my first SBL. Funk actually convinced people to get me. Either that or Funk was manager, but he did convince people to get me. Even though I went 0-2 in that in Black and White, that was when I first started at tournaments on SMOGON. I really respect Funk. I've known him for a long time, and I think he's solid in Black and White. I think he's really solid in Black and White. I think sometimes he makes certain misplays, but we all do. And I know that when we were on Metro last year, we couldn't have won certain things without Funk himself actually like coming through and getting wins. So excited about that. And I know I can rely on him when it comes to Black and White. Anyway, next up we have Snow, who's someone I've also teamed with. Ridiculous builder, like uses the most unconventional sets and builds these really cool teams. So really excited because one, I've used a lot of Snow's teams. Please tell me I'm talking about the right Snow and not talking about another Snow. I've used a lot of Snow's teams, and as a sub or even a player, or even for 6.5K, I think that's decent for him. Really, like I said, really solid builder. I've used a lot of his teams for my showcases back in Sun and Moon, not Ultra Sun and Moon, back in Sun and Moon, and I love the builds that he makes. So for a team, I think that's a big thing, just being able to have really unconventional builds that are actually pretty solid. Next up, we have New Breed. Now, Kevin is a longtime friend of mine who is, when he comes on and plays, he does super well, but this boy is like, you can't contact him for weeks. He'll come on Sunday and be like, hey guys, I can't play. It's Sunday 5 p.m. Okay, guys, I can't play. I'm sorry. Get me a sub. But when he comes on and plays, he's super solid. He was a very solid RU player. Then he did really well in ADV as well. So, and Kevin's just a joy. A really nice guy, always with positive. He's really positive. I think that's really important in a team chat as well. So super excited to team with him. And he's a long time bro. So me, Kevin, and CUV, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be so much fun, just teaming together. HT is Harry Tona, I believe. And as far as a UU player goes, I believe I have to play him in a tournament as well. Or... Not that, but I think HT was on my team, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, guys. It's been years. Like I have to mix up all these years, but super solid, super solid UU player. Who hasn't? I don't think he's played as much recently, but I think he's still really good. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but really solid UU player, and he's only for 3K. So as far as builds go, I really used to like watching him play. I know that much. I really used to like watching him play, like in UUPL and stuff. I really used to like watching him play. Super solid. So hoping he can, keep it up in this year. Sokata, I'm not 100% sure who Sokata actually is, and that's my fault because again I don't keep up with SMOGON. But I've been hearing good things about this guy. Again, I'm just giving my honest opinion. If I don't know them, I can't say anything. But I've been hearing good things about this, and it's kind of hard to trash my own team, right? Because I'm not going to trash my own team. But again, a 3K, like, we don't lose anything from that. Well, I'm trying to figure out like what Sokata actually plays. I'm about to check right now on SMOGON. Sokata, SMOGON. Let's see what he plays. 94 messages. Okay, 153 likes. Nice ratio right there. Whatever the hell that means. Okay. GSC. Apparently, according to just his SMOGON profile, he has the top GSC record in the Roar Premier League, which is like the SPL for like lesser tournaments, older gens. And McMegan commented on his profile, you should sign up for the next SPL, man. You're a threat in GSC. Put at least. So, hey, man, a GSC player for 3K that got respect from McMegan, I'll take that. I'll take that. For sure, bro. No disrespect, man. A 3K GSC player. Let's take... Dude, that's a steal. We get him for 3K if they do really well. But if they go even, that's worth it. It was only 3K. So, great, dude. I hope you do really well for us. I'm excited to see how you do. London Beats... I know he's been an OU player, and I know he was also on Poek's team for Snake Draft. And I know that he started off a little bit shaky, but towards the end, I think he got like 3 wins in a row. And they ended up winning the Snake Draft, so they got the trophy. So, for, again, 3K for a dude that got a couple wins in the Snake Draft is not bad at all. So as far as subs go, or even a starting OU, I'm not even sure what our starting OU is going to be. I don't even know what I'm playing. I'm not going to lie. Actually, looking at this, I know what I'm playing. It's going to be DVP. I don't see any other DVP players here besides me. Maybe ICT or Poek, or even, I know CVB hates CVB, but maybe one of them could swap with me. But besides that, yeah, I think a 3K for someone who actually just did well and actually got wins on the team is fine. And last but not least, we have Aristella. Okay, so we were in the draft call, right? Because at this point I got drafted. I went to the Discord. We were in the draft call, and I asked, who's Aristella? And Poek replied, that's my girlfriend. And I just said, okay. So apparently this is Poek's e-girl, which we got. I mean, we had the money to buy it. Like, if you actually look at the draft after, we still end up with 11.5K, which is the second most, which means during midseason, we can potentially get what we want. Besides the Tyrants, the Tyrants can pretty much they get first pick at whoever the hell they want, but we pretty much get second pick at who we want. And we can raise the price of certain people. So during midseason, we get to pick up somebody. But I think that's just really funny that we picked up somebody. I mean, it was only 3K. I know Blunder was like, imagine picking up someone's e-girlfriend over me for midseason. Okay, Blunder didn't sign up, by the way. Blunder did not sign up, but maybe during midseason he will. And he was talking about us not being able to get him, though. Even if we didn't get Ari, we still would have less money than the Tyrants, so they could still pick Blunder over us if they wanted it. But we'll see how midseason ends up going. Overall, I'm pretty excited about my team. I like my team. I think we got some steals, and I really love who I'm able to play with this year. But I hope you guys are excited about SPL. Again, I'll leave a link to Blunder's video, which is really funny, and it has CVB, and they go over the entire list, and they give their actual honest opinion. But really excited about who I'm playing with, and hope we do well this year. Hope I do well this year as well. But I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.